in the council chambers, right? So so again, this system must be taken down or the votes don't matter, right? You don't get to choose your candidate. This system only presents candidates going forward that believe them. So it sounds like a very boring topic, your regulatory body. That regulatory body is the global court system. That regulatory body is going to use social credit and CBDC. That regulatory body has, neutered lawyers and then neutered the rule of law and then taken down the Constitution and made courts irrelevant for the Constitution. That system, nobody's put this all together ever. That system takes down political speech. That system gets rid of any pro-nation state candidate. And so it doesn't matter that Trump won. If he doesn't take up this book and start pushing that this system is taking down the entire world's government that is in opposition to the globalist state. And then I reveal in the book, where are we going with this globalist state? Directly using this system.
Right. Now, you began that whole speech that you just gave by talking about there's a lot to unpack here. And you're absolutely right, Lisa. There is so much to all of this. And folks, I know Lisa and I are talking about some very high level concepts, but stick with us, because if you can get your mind around these, it's not just a key to understanding everything that's being done right now. It explains everything. All these things that seem in some ways to not be connected shows that they are connected, but it also tells you what they're going to do when you understand the mindset of what they're up to. And you made a really interesting comment there. You talked about, when you first started talking about lawyers, you said, well, what if there were questions you just couldn't ask in court? But you're well aware that in Canada, there are questions you can't ask in court. For the last 5 years, go into a courtroom and try questioning the COVID narrative or the claim that vaccines are safe and effective. And what will the court do? They say, well, we're taking that on judicial notice because the government says it is, because Health Canada says it is. And we're not even going to investigate that. And so you're right. What's happened here is we have these regulatory bodies, the government, whatever, which you want to call it. It doesn't matter which label you put on it. And they've already, to a large extent, captured the courts to the extent that there's very important questions you can't ask. So it doesn't matter if you've got lawyers who are willing to stand up for people's rights. They're not allowed to ask those questions.
The lawyers are I've spoken to the lawyers that bring these cases. They're systematically being punished. In some instances, in obiter, courts are making attacks on the lawyer that have nothing to do with the case, that aren't even necessarily shown that there's evidence to make these obiter attacks. So listen, people don't understand the silence. People don't understand why the professions haven't stood. And they need to read this book to understand, because they're being systematically called. And once you see your peer get called for, like Sue Gray in her instance, she's getting attacked for her pleading speech, right? The Trump lawyers were all attacked for their, election speech in pleadings, for their work inside pleadings. That's a very dangerous thing. Right?